Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Psycho Gold, this is Psycho Gold Videos. Today we're going to be checking out SSSS.Gridman Episode 2, or Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. I think that was it. I didn't look it up, so might be wrong. But anyway, last time on Gridman we ended on a bit of a cliffhanger that everything that had happened in the first episode, nobody seems to remember except the three kids who basically defeated a large kaiju that was attacking the city, and when they went to school the following morning expecting to see it in ruins and everybody in a mad panic, everything is fine and it doesn't look like anything happened. So it was kind of like, oh, okay, so this looks like plot. This definitely looks like plot. So we're going to check out episode 2 now and see what exactly is happening next, where the plot's going with this story, and I'm looking forward to seeing if we're going to get a little bit more of the mystery to unravel, as obviously the main character can't remember anything, so he ain't going to be much help to us for a while anyway, I imagine. So without further ado, let's jump in. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, I don't remember this. Was this in the last episode? I don't remember there being an opening. Or maybe there wasn't. I like it though. Oh good, it's carrying on right from where we were. Yes, the school was destroyed by that kaiju yesterday. Do you think Gridman picked up... Oh, episode 2 restoration. I don't think Gridman had anything to do with this. Yeah, which is what I think has happened to the main character as time has gone on. I think he's actually saved the city several times prior to the first episode, and that's what Gridman was talking about, like you need to remember who you are. And that's why he could see stuff like the shadow of that other kaiju, which I realized afterwards but forgot to actually say in my review that, well, that wasn't the same kaiju as the one that attacked the city. She's making up imaginary friends. They don't remember the other... Oh, the students who were killed in the explosion. Everybody else has just had their memories erased. So they don't even know to miss them. Oh, that's a bit messed up. I mean... I suppose in some respects it could be a good thing, but yeah, it's definitely a bad thing. I like this little argument between the two of them, and I got to agree with him. It's like, really? Priorities? This is a very weird story. Wait. Oh. I thought she was actually saying she remembered it then. Unless she's actually one of the people who's involved with the memory manipulation and the cleanup, and she's actually trying to find people like him who were missed, so she wants to try and figure out, you know, is he just talking rubbish, or does he actually remember, in which case do we need to deal with him? Well, it's an improvement. The last time he spoke to the computer, you could only, you couldn't even see the picture, never mind, you know, you wouldn't even admit that, no, acknowledge that someone could be there. She is talking to that, to the being in the screen, and it was a computer screen, not a television. Oh, that would explain why she was creeping me out. She ain't no good cookie. Right, so the other guy has his own people in the real world trying to influence what's going on. But she knew that people's memories had changed, so I'm very curious now. Why would they alter everything after it's been done? It's a staple of the Ultra series. Are we gonna get some... It's Ultraman. Are we gonna get... Oh... Okay. All fear the all-powerful alien. Samurai Caliber? That's a very interesting name. Oh, he sounds just like Gridman. I love the fact he's just playing with the machinery and they're just not doing anything. Oh, I was correct. He is in a poor state because of the state of the computer. And they're way too trusting of this samurai person. Like, alright, so he optimized Gridman, but I would definitely want some more explanation. Oh! So they can see them now. Yeah, there's 3 of them now. What is going on? So, by fixing the Gridman computer, it's allowed them to see the same as the MC. Interesting. Wait a minute. Yeah, they didn't die randomly. They were the 4 that knocked over her food. And they all panicked as well, like they knew something bad was going to happen to them. Interesting. Well, there's a lot going on in the world at the moment that doesn't make a lot of sense, guys, so... Yeah, exactly. Everybody's still processing. Ah, the box cutter of doom. So she sculpts the monsters, and then Maid behind the screen brings them to life, I think is the arrangement that we've got going on here. Though I find it interesting that they both have like a really messed up personality, like they were both laughing at killing those girls. I love how enthused he sounds whenever she, like, he seems very enthusiastic. Oh, that homeroom teacher is just weird, man. It's like he's not even really there. Somehow he's also affecting everything so that no one can remember, therefore there's literally no consequences for the girl, who's basically killing everyone that slightly irritates her. Because it does make you wonder. Damn, that's a ugly looking monster. Oh, there's a drone following it as well. Yeah, don't think she's got much of a moral compass. You know, I'm so confident that there is a memory there that one of them isn't remembering because of the way she acts and the way he, you know, like that. Like, there's something in her head that I'm sure she knows something that the rest of them don't. Even if she doesn't realize it. Bang! Samurai man. That's a very nice sword. He knows her. Is she one of them? Is that where this is heading to? Is that why she seems to know more than she's letting on? And she didn't want to be involved because she's actually the same as him. But she had decided that she didn't want to do this anymore because it's been happening for so long. He needs like a henshin device so that he doesn't have to always go back to... Oh! Okay, apparently the anime was listening to me. So now he can transform whenever he wants. Oh! Okay. Anyone who's ever watched an Ultraman episode just had some serious flashbacks. And obviously that's how he used to appear in the original live-action Gridman. Damn. Oh, there we go. So... Okay, so this Gridman... Oh, hang on a minute. This Gridman looks very different from the one we had last week. Now he looks like Gridman. Okay, I like that. I like the fact that there was a story reason to why he was so different last episode. And this time, Gridman's kicking ass. She prepared for the guest. Damn! Look at all the destruction they're causing in the progress. Oh. Wait. Hang on, what? Okay, so he just went... Oh! That's kinda cool. So the samurai man can become a sword for Gridman. Yeah, it's like a Rogue Trooper. I don't know how many of you have ever read that book or played the game, but he had that. His weapons had like AI personalities built into them. That's kind of cool, because if he gets other upgrades, he could have other brains helping him out in the field. I don't remember grip. Oh, that's a nice shot. I like that. That's the thumbnail right there. It's not the most subtle of henshin bracelets, though, is it? Yeah, everybody's memories are going to alter again, aren't they? Hey, Gridman now looks like Gridman inside the machine as well. So nobody remembers it again, and the city's back to normal. Again. I'd love to know how they're pulling that trick off, though. Wait. What?! Did they save him? I thought... Oh, I'm confused. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was SSSS.Gridman. Which I keep saying I'm just going to call Gridman, but it's too much fun to say SSSS. Yeah, so that was Gridman episode 2. I thoroughly enjoyed that episode. It carried on exactly where the last one ended, which I'm a big fan of. It didn't have, you know, blanks to fill in. We got to see answers to questions that I asked in last week's episode, and we also got to see development for some of the characters. We got introduced to the antagonist, both of them, which I thought was kind of cool. I really like the idea of this bratty teenage girl teaming up with this weird monster thing inside of the computer, and they're kind of, you know, she makes the monsters, he brings them to life, they wreak a load of havoc, and then somehow everything gets reset and no one's none the wiser, but anyone they've killed is still dead, and she just carries on her life like nothing happened. Which is kind of terrifying and insidious if you really think about it. Like, you know, all those families think that their kids died in an accident, or in several different accidents, you know, not the same one, but they all died when they were much younger, and that they haven't had these kids for X amount of years now, when in reality they were alive and well the day beforehand. And it's like, how are they manipulating people's memories to that level of degree? How are they changing time, essentially? I mean, unless some of this stuff isn't happening on the plane of existence and we're trapped inside some weird paradox of parallel dimensions through these weird decisions, but then again, we don't really know where Gridman and the villain whose name escapes me are in. Like, they're occupying this weird digital space, but maybe they're not the ones occupying the digital space. Maybe they're the ones occupying the reality, and it's actually where the humans are currently that is fake, and that's why it can be rewritten and changed so easily. I have absolutely no idea. I'm just throwing wild theories out there because I don't remember Gridman's story, and even if I did, there's no guarantee that it's gonna strictly follow it, so anything can happen, and it's all open to the current showrunners' imaginations, really. I mean, this episode gave us so many throwbacks to classic Ultraman and the classic Gridman series that, yeah, I really did enjoy seeing Gridman in his proper colors, flipping around, kicking ass, and he got his henshin brace, and he did the transformation where he has his fist pointing up at the camera and slowly gets bigger to simulate growth, because obviously back in the 60s when Ultraman first came onto television, that was kind of like the height of technology as far as making a being get bigger on screen could go. And you know, it's pretty much what they still do today, but we won't go into that. Anyway, the anime itself is still absolutely beautiful. I really, really, really love the art style. And I think that the CGI and the 2D animation, they blend together really well. I think the big fights when it swaps into CGI but still has the anime backgrounds look really great. I don't think they're cheap looking. I think they fit. The perspectives are nice and they're very smooth, and I think it really helps give them this sort of realistic but still digital look, which is what Gridman has always gone for, and it's the same with the monsters. Like, they're really not that... If they were creatures that were born, I would complain that they look really terrible, but because they are like a toy brought to life in essence, I really like the fact that they don't look anatomically plausible. Like, their legs and their arms especially don't really look like they'd achieve a lot. It's not like they seem to have a great range of motion. That monster that he fought in this episode couldn't have done this with his arm, for example. but obviously he has that big beam weapon in his chest stroke stomach. I'm not quite sure what that was on him. And his eyes looked messed up and freaky. And yeah, he definitely didn't look particularly appealing to suddenly turn a corner and see that giant staring down at you. It'd be like, okay. You know? And with that all said, I thought that the introduction of Samurai Caliber was really cool. Don't remember him at all, but it doesn't mean he wasn't in the original series. Like I said, I don't really have any memory, so I'm not going to keep comparing it. As the show goes on, I'm not going to keep comparing it to the first Gridman, but when they do such obvious things like all of the Ultraman references, which obviously were Surabasa productions, then of course those I'm going to notice, and that's going to make me want to make comparisons to the original Gridman. But Samurai Caliber was a really cool character. He was a bit weird at first, and I still don't really know what his deal is. Is he an alien? Is he just a human that knows about Gridman? Is he like Gridman, but is somehow in our dimension? I don't really know. And he is just making me have all kinds of questions about Rissa, or Risu? Is it Rissa? Rika? Rita? I don't know. You know who I mean, the girl of the trio. And I just think that there's more to her than we've been led to believe currently, and I'm very curious to see what's going to happen as the show goes on, whether or not we're going to get any developments as far as that goes, because I think we do. I think they're definitely setting something up for later in the season for a big reveal. Whether or not it will actually be a big reveal by the time it comes around to it is another question entirely, but it definitely feels like that's what they're setting it up for. And with that said, I did not see the fact that Samurai Caliber could actually become a sword, or a caliber saber caliber, whatever he was called, which looks friggin' badass, I might add. I really, really like the design of that saber, and obviously we saw it in the opening, and I thought perhaps that he might be how Gridman gets the sword, but I didn't realize that he basically could enter Gridman's system and give him a sword, and his essence, his personality would be in the sword, which I thought is really cool, and it gives it a sort of like a teamwork vibe, very similar to some other tokusatsu shows like Super Sentai, where, you know, multiple people team up as a team to defeat evil or monsters or whatever the threat of the day is, but you know what I mean. But this one is kind of doing it its own way, and I really dig that. And yeah, watching him wield that badass sword was really cool, and, you know, just him slicing that villain apart, and that shot at the end as the monster bit the dust was just... All in all, guys, I really liked that episode. It added more elements to the mystery that started at the end of the last episode. I'm really excited to check out the next episode, and even though Goblin Slayer airs on the same day, and I probably won't ever be able to get them both out on Saturday, but I will still check them both out at a weekend period when they both air. So if you enjoy Gridman, please leave thumbs up in the video below, because it really helps, and please drop some comments letting me know what you thought of Gridman. If you guys are a fan of SSSS.Gridman, then please stick around and click the subscribe button if you're new, because I will be covering Gridman, even though it might not be the most popular show that I'm currently doing. I like Gridman, and ultimately that's why I watch anime, and if I like something, then hopefully the reactions are going to be entertaining, and I'm going to have some meaningful thoughts at the end of the episodes, and I'll probably talk about it whenever I do anime live streams. And if you also want to join a Discord server where you can have discussions about all of your favorite anime, video games, TV series, films, general topics, whatever takes your fancy, link is down in the description below if you want to join the Psycho Gold Discord. But that is all we have time for today, my friends. As always, I am Psycho Gold, and I will see you in my next video. Psycho Gold, out!